As you come into the building, be sure to double tap that screen to give it a thumbs up. Let's get to work. Welcome to the show, Ringo TV. Let's talk about this topic. Why schools don't teach the students how to make money. Why they don't teach this? I want you to think about that. Why they don't teach this information? Well, there's a valid answer for it. Why schools don't teach students how to make money? Why they don't? So that you can always work. That's why. So you can always work and never be independent in terms of, I guess, making your way successful. They don't want you to have the skills. Now, before we get into this thing, let me break this thing down. You're supposed to have a job. You're supposed to have means of making money. You're supposed to. So I'm not saying that having a job is a bad thing, or we all need to leave jobs and go find some business and start some business, or whatever the case is, because a lot of you just don't have it in you to do it because you were never taught. What I'm trying to understand is why they don't teach students from when they're young how to make money. It's like, as an adult, when we send our kids off to school, we're focusing on paying bills, we're focusing on maintaining the house, paying your car off, mortgage, rent. And our kids, they go to these schools and they're learning about stuff they're never going to use. They're learning about things in school that we all know in the real world you don't need and you don't use. Everything I've ever learned in school, everything that I've studied for in school, I don't even use today. I don't. School don't prepare you to understand economics, understand how to earn a living, how to maintain a house, how to pay your bills on time. School don't teach you none of this. These are things that you got to learn through trial and error. You know, maybe you have good parents and they showed you the ropes. But for the most part, a lot of you had to learn the hard way. You had to struggle. You had to go through. And then you learn, wow, so this is what adulting really means. This is what it means to pay your own bills and pay your rent. Oh, so I got to pay these things on time. Oh, okay. I can't be late. All right. I get it. School don't prepare you for this. And a lot of you that are in school right now, you might be living with your parents. You might be, staying with a friend, a roommate. Maybe you're in college. I don't know what the situation is, but you find yourself going to school, getting all this education, but you don't know the first thing about making a dollar. You find yourself like this, needing someone else to help you, but you're educated. I mean, once you hit 13, you should already be making money. Once you hit 13 in America, there is no excuse for a teenager to not be earning something. I've been working since I was about 12 years old. Since I was about 12 years old, I was generating income. And we're not talking about no little income. I'm talking about income. As a 12-year-old, I was bringing in probably like $300 a week. When I hit about 13, I was making probably like $600 a week. And this is something that I had to show myself because nobody was really there to guide me on what I need to do. It's like I didn't have no money. I didn't have no food. I was bumming it out. Had to wear the same clothes to school every day. And I got tired of being a loser. Now, my cousin, he was always a barber. I always watched him cut hair. He used to make money real fast. And I kind of picked up on the skill of what he was doing. I was watching him and I would see him make money. And I said, you know what, I could do the same thing. Because I watched him. I saw how he moved the clippers. I saw how he did it. So as a teenager, I mean, not even a teenager, at 12 years old, I watched him and I said to myself, let me do the same thing. And I remember it came on to the school season and my mom gave me my money to go buy, book bag, school clothes and whatnot. And we didn't have much. So when she gave us money to go buy school clothes, it wasn't like she gave me $500, $600. She probably gave me less than $100. And that was supposed to buy book bag, shoes, clothes, pencils, you name it. $100, guys. That's all I had. We were poor, very poor. And I told myself, rather than go and buy those items, let me go get me an Andes clipper. So I bought me an Andes clipper, the trimmer to do the outlining. I bought one of those, and I bought a Waltz adjustable trimmer. And I didn't have no customers, but I went back to the block. All the young guys my age, I told them, yo, I'm a barber. I could cut your hair for school. Come to me. Being that we're all cool, they ain't have no issue. They came to me. I cut their hair. Came out perfect. Absolutely flawless. And I made my first $150 as a 12-year-old. The feeling of making money at 12 years old was liberating. I didn't have to ask my parents for nothing. At 12 years old, $150 I made. I had to go do it. I was able to buy my own video games. I used to buy sneakers. It was a time where I understood what earning meant, rather than always begging and asking people for help. It's like I learned from an early age how to earn. But when I went to school, they weren't teaching us this. All my friends, they were bums. They were bumming it out. They didn't have nothing. I was the one that was working. I used to treat all of them to pizza. After school, we go get pizza, we get burgers. I'm paying for everything, you know? There's a bug flying around me. So, during those days, if you had any sort of money, you were the man. My friends didn't even know what to do to make money. They didn't know how to work. They didn't know nothing. They didn't have no skills, nothing. Because, everyone is taught, go to school, graduate, then you'll have a job. Somebody will give you a job. The reason why they don't teach you how to make money in school is because they want you to work for somebody else. They want to prepare you to work. Now, I'm not going to use the term prepare you to be a slave, because a lot of times when you listen to people that talk about these topics, especially if they're black, right? They'll say, oh, it's slavery. They preparing you to be the slave. No. Having a job is a good thing. Having a job is a good thing because it gives you an understanding of what it means to earn a dollar, teaches you good work ethic, teaches you how to work with what you got, how to save, how to budget, how to live within your means. It teaches you what you can or can't do. It tells you what you can afford, what you can't afford. The money you earn from your job is supposed to give you the means to put that capital into what you love. So having a job is not a bad thing. A lot of times people be like, I'm tired of working. These jobs ain't for us. We need to start a business. Fam, if you don't even know how to work at a job, you won't be able to have a business. You got to be a part of something to learn the skills necessary in order to do something excellent. I'm just trying to figure out why at a young age, schools are not teaching the youth how to earn money from a young age. You know? Each and every one of you should have been making money as soon as you turned 13. You should have been making bread. You should have already had an account set up. You should have already had things established so that you're set. But it's like we go to middle school, we go to high school, we graduate, then we on the streets, we're bumming. We don't got nothing to show. Then you go off to college, you're struggling, you don't know what to do with yourself. You're taking different courses and classes that you don't even know. And you're just doing what someone told you to do, not because you want to, it's because somebody told you this is the way to do it. And some people, they drop out of college, they end up being a bum, working at a fast food joint. And there's nothing wrong with working at a fast food joint. If you got to do what you got to do, guys, to survive, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Let your pride down. Do what you got to do. Live within your means. Take pride in what you do. You know, don't be one of them kind of people where you think you're too good to work at a job. When I was in New York, I had a great job, a great career. I was at that agency for many, many years, probably 15 years or something along them lines. And I was let go from the job because I didn't want to take the shot during the pandemic. And that job was very helpful, very beneficial to the family. And a job is a good thing. So I'm not saying that if you have a job that you're less of a person. It doesn't matter what kind of job you work. If you have a JLB and you're able to earn money legally, stay on course and do what you got to do, maintain the job. At the same time, you have to be optimistic. You have to be a person that think outside the box. You have to develop skills so that you can elevate, I guess, where you are. You don't want to stay there forever, unless it's a good job. If it's a great job, you love your job, you're happy, you're content, you don't mind doing that for the rest of your life, then it is what it is. If you're more like a person like me who want to keep excelling in life, then you got to develop more skills. You got to take what you get from your job and educate yourself more and more, understand how the business works, and then become the competition for the business. You know, that's the way life is supposed to be. You don't want to be stuck at the job forever, especially if it's a job you don't like. If it's a job you don't like, man, let's say, for example, you're a person you're viewing right now, you're at a job, you don't like the job, you can't stand it, but you need it to pay your bills. First thing first is we don't want you to be angry at the job. You don't want to be that kind of person, right? When you go to work, you don't want to treat your workplace as if though it's your enemy. This job afforded you to pay your bills. This job afforded you to live a lifestyle that if you didn't have it, you wouldn't even be able to live. So you got to be thankful. It may not be the best. It may not bring you a lot of peace and joy. At the same time, it's given you the resources to sustain your life. So you got to be thankful. So if there's any advice I could give those of you that you hate your job, you can't stand your boss, you can't stand your supervisor, think of it as a temporary stay. I'm only going to be here for a short time. I'm just going to deal with the BS. Listen, guys, I know how the workplace go. I know about hostile environments, crazy coworkers. I know about all of this stuff, guys. Don't let the job break you down. Use it as a stepping stool to get to the next level, right? Now, why is it that schools don't teach our youth the importance of earning a dollar at a young age so that they can be independent, so that they can have the skills early? It's because not only are they training you to work for someone for the rest of your life, but they also want to make money off of you via college. College, in my opinion, is a scam. In my opinion, it's like it's a placebo effect that make you feel you're better than other people because you attended a college, because you got a degree. I know a lot of people that have degrees and they're broke. I know a lot of people that have degrees and they work at a fast food joint. And again, it's not a knock on anybody that's at a fast food joint. The point is, if you got this degree and you working at a fast food joint, something's wrong with that picture right there. I don't understand how in the world you would even feel good about yourself knowing that you got this degree and you're stuck at the burger spot. You know, when I think of fast food joints, I think of teenagers, people that are in their early 20s that are kind of getting their experience, you know, in the workforce. But when you in your 30s and 40s and you at the burger store, that's not the business, right? This damn bug wanted to fly on my camera. It's weird when I come out to do this content, I'm attacked by bugs, crazy neighbors, you name it. Why they don't teach the youth? Every 13-year-old, 14, 15, supposed to be making money right now. Some of you youth should be making more money than your parents right now. I understand with the advent of social media, a lot of teenage content creators might be making a heck of a lot of money. I'm talking about when you are young and you're just making money automatically. Why they don't teach that? Why you got to go to school and graduate high school and it's like you're wasting so much time. You're playing with your friends, you're hanging out all your youth, going to the clubs and the parties and just hanging out in the streets when you could be collaborating with your partners and starting a business as a teenager. I mean, with the technology today, the resources today, anyone who is a teenager should be on their way to millionaire status. Literally, you're supposed to be doing way better than all of us because you have the technology and the resources. You have AI. You have everything that can advance you to a whole nother level. For example, being that they have AI out, right? I'm 48, right? I'm 48 years young, 48, right? Even though they have AI, I really don't care about it. You know why? Because I was born in a time that was totally different, where I'm more hands-on, doing what I got to do, stuff like that. So even though the tech is there, I don't rely on it. But you as a young person, AI can be so much beneficial to you because you were born in this time. So for you, it should be a language that you understand. You know what I mean? Me, I don't care. I'm just being honest with you because I was born in a different time. I understand how to do things a way that I know. So I'm not trying to learn a new way. But you as a young person coming up in this time, whether you're a teenager in your early 20s, you have way more opportunities to be successful than me. And the resources is available to you. The tech is here where you could literally be in your bedroom and figure out how to build a business, build a website, build this, build that. I don't got that kind of time. I got a family to provide for, a family to take care of. I don't got time to be learning AI or learning it. I don't got that kind of time, you know? But a lot of you do. There's a lot of things that you could be doing right now in your youth to become very successful. There's no excuses, you know? I just think that it's a disservice to Americans that the schooling system don't have courses where they literally teach you how to go out and make money. Practical ways of how to earn and start businesses early, like literally, where you could still be attending school and you got a business. You know how to literally create products and services. Why do they wait for you to graduate high school, then tell you you need to go to college, spend 4 more years, wasting money and time, and you're broke? Why they do this to us? It doesn't make any sense when you really think about it, because we had all those years in our youth to learn skills. Matter of fact, if you want to teach someone a language, you teach them when they're young. You teach them when they're young. Let's say, for example, hypothetically speaking, you go to China. Let's say you're American, whether you're a white man, a black man, and you have a baby, and you decide, you know what, I want to move to China. If you move to China and your baby is 2 years old, your child is accustomed to you speaking English. But if you take your child to China, your 2-year-old is going to learn Chinese like that. Easy. With no effort. They're going to learn automatically. It won't even be a struggle for them because they're young. They're immersed in the culture. It's something about when you're young, it's easy to learn skills, trades, everything. This is why a lot of men that are farmers, tradesmen, handymen, men that work around the house and they got sons, they normally work and make their son see them. They make their son watch them. They make their son see them on the roof, working on the roof, working on the car. And the son begin to pick up the trade. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why most fathers allow their sons and even daughters to watch them work so they can pick up the skill, because you can pick it up faster in your youth than when you're an adult. When you're an adult, it's difficult to learn languages. It's difficult to learn new skills. And this is why the economy can really suck for someone who is possibly over 50. They're not going to just hire you for a job. I mean, they more or less want young, fresh talent. And this is why in the workforce, they normally would hire someone who is in their youth, unless you're a person who bring a lot of skills to the table. But for the most part, the youth is more desirable to work at these companies. And I think that the educational system don't train you to understand how to earn money for yourself, because they don't want you to be independent. They don't want you to be independent. They want you to be dependent on the job. They want you to be dependent on that company you work for so that you can be a loyal worker. And there's nothing wrong with being loyal. Don't get me wrong, guys. Listen to me very carefully and make sure you double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. We need your support, guys. We really do. We can't do this without you. I am not saying that having a job is a bad thing. It's not. Working for someone is not a bad thing. We all got to work for someone. What I'm more getting at is why the educational system don't teach young people the responsibility of earning, making money, how to pay bills, teaching classes on this stuff where they are prepared for the real world. Because most of you, before you became an adult, you were just wasting time, wet behind the ears, acting the fool, hanging out. You didn't really understand life till your mom kicked you out, your dad kicked you out the house, and then you learn real quick, you know? You learn real quick what it means to pay bills, and you struggle. Some of y'all struggled big time. And then you learn, and now you understand what it means to be an adult, what it means to be responsible. A lot of youth live in their parents' house. They always begging them for money. They're lazy. That's not cool. There should be no young man listening to this live, and you're just living at home with your mama and your dad, and you don't got no way of making money. In 2025, that's a damn shame. That's a shame. Because you got the freedom. You're not paying bills in the house. So figuring out how to earn money at your age is the best time to learn these skills, to pick up a trade, to learn something that could advance you, you know? They really don't teach the youth because they want to prepare them to just work and be faithful workers. And there's nothing wrong with being loyal to a job. There's nothing wrong with being faithful to the job. When I worked at the agency that I worked for, I was a very skilled, I'm still skilled. If I was to go get the job again, they actually asked me to come back. I denied it. I didn't want to come back because I already done moved to North Carolina. So I was like, I'm done, you know. They already got rid of me. Then all of a sudden they want to ask for me to come back after the pandemic was over. I was like, nah, I'm done. And I'm glad they did what they did, because them getting rid of me due to the fact that I didn't want to take the shot, it made me take risk. It made me not be afraid to step out and see what life have to offer. Like I said, the job was a great job. With some OT, you clocking in 6 figures easy. Just a little OT, you clocking in at 6 figures. So it was a great job. I never planned on leaving it. I never planned on doing anything else. I was going to stay there forever, literally. I had no problem with the job because I love doing what I did. And when it all ended, I was thrown out into a whirl and had to figure out how to do it, how to make it, how to survive. And I was able to do it because I didn't wait. Nobody taught me how to do that. Those are the very same skills I learned when I was 12 years old. The independence, not dependent on the job. I already knew my value. I already knew I had something in me that I could do. And I just said, you know what? Let me just use my skills. Let me use my talents. You could too. You could use the talents that you got to earn a living as a teenager, right in the comfort of your mom's house. You can have a savings. You can stack money. Prepare yourself for the future. So by the time you leave You know, by the time you leave your mom's house, you're good to go. Notice this, guys. You have somebody in the chat that says, damn, he ain't rock that polo right. I got more polo than the store. I'm not on camera trying to dress up for you. See, that's one thing you'll learn about life. Trying to dress up for people is vain. It's a waste of time. I'm in front of my house. You understand? I'm in front of my area. Do you understand me? I don't care about dressing up for people. I don't care about none of that. Do you understand? I'm out in the South, the country. I'm not worried about none of that. I like to put on my hat. I like to just throw on whatever I got and just come outside and do a content video. It is what it is. See, if you're the type of person who feel you got to dress up for people, you'll never be successful. You'll always be broke. Nobody cares about you. Those are the lessons you're going to learn in life. Nobody ain't worrying about what you got on. Nobody don't care. If I go show you my collection of clothing, it'll hurt you. But I'm not here to show off. So to the person who is more focused on what I'm wearing and how I'm dressed, rather than listening so you can learn something to better yourself, something wrong with you. And this is the problem with society. This is the problem. People are more concerned with what I'm wearing rather than paying attention to the message. Do I need to go inside and get my polo hats? My Ralph Lauren hats? Do I need to go get that? Do I need to put it on in order for you to listen? Do I need to go put on a North Face shirt to be more politically correct for you? That's the society you live in, a society of vanity. What's more important, what I got on or the message? This is why when most people are in school, they don't really get an education because they're more concerned with what they look like, how they dress, how their friends are dressed, rather than listening to the teacher. The teacher is giving you a lesson. You're not even paying attention. You're more concerned with what Stacy got on, what Derek is wearing, what Jordans he got, rather than the message. Does it matter if I have on a brand new pair of sneakers? I got thousands of pairs of shoes, thousands, that I don't even wear. They're brand new. I don't even wear them. I don't care. I'm not materialistic. If I had to go out somewhere, oh yeah, I'll be fly. But see, this message have nothing to do with what I'm wearing. I'm trying to prepare you to understand why the educational system don't teach our youth how to be successful. You know? Now think about this, guys. You have another person that says the teacher is a grifter. That's not teaching. Why are you watching? Why are you here? Why are you watching me? That's the question you have to ask yourself. That's the equivalent of going to school, walking into a classroom. You have no intentions on learning, but you're in the classroom disrupting the class. What do you call those kind of students? Where everybody else is trying to learn, but there's one class clown that comes into the classroom, no book bag, no pen, no pencil, and they're just making jokes. It's crazy. Doesn't make any sense. Another person who's jealous. Now watch this, guys. This is why a lot of people that are successful, a lot of people that know and understand how to make money, don't teach nobody how. Look at the person in the comments. It says, laughing out loud. If you wasn't materialistic, you wouldn't have thousands of shoes. I don't think you understand what materialistic mean. Materialistic doesn't mean that you can't have thousands of shoes or clothing. See, you're not educated. If I got 5 homes, if I got 4 vehicles, if I got a house full of food and I shop all the time, does that mean I'm doing something wrong? No, it means that I'm successful. That's what it means. Materialistic have nothing to do with how much items you have. If I got 10 children, is there something wrong with that? Should I only have 1? See, what I'm sensing from you is jealousy. Yeah. You see, jealousy is a byproduct of when a person has nothing but failure in their life. You know, like you, constant failure. And this is why people that are successful, they just don't care no more. They don't try to help those that, just like how I'm trying to do this video to elevate your mind. When you got people that come into the live stream and they talk like that, I just be like, you know what? I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time trying to talk to you. I'm wasting my time trying to help people to develop and educate themselves to understand life. Because you don't want to grow. You want to stay at the bottom, so stay. Stay at the bottom. Stay at the bottom and continue to be at your dead-end job. Continue to stay at the job and struggle. You don't need me. I'll just be who I am. You don't need me to tell you anything. So for the rest of the video, I won't speak on anything in regards to helping you to understand how and what you can do to earn money and all the different financial ways you can put money in your pocket right now. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm casting pearls before swine. It's a waste of time. So all of you in the classroom who probably was like, man, I want to hear what you got to say, forget those people. Nah, I'm not going to teach nothing else. Because this is what society is like. When you have men and women that want to teach you because they want to give back, they want to show you ways in which you can literally put money in your pocket right now. And you are thinking you think everything is a joke. You don't understand there's a whole world out there. There's so many opportunities to earn. There's so much opportunities to earn money where all you could do is just sit home. And you're just earning money all day. You don't even know how to do it. I do. I'm not going to show you. Because when a man is teaching and people are being disrespectful, it's one of them things where I'm giving you something for free. I'm literally trying to give you something for free. And people are, this is why people that have success stay to themselves. They really try to give. They try to do things for people. They try to give back. But they're never appreciative. They're never appreciated. It's like people look at them like, who are you? You're a joke, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, you stay there. I'll stay here. I'll do what I do. You stay there and do whatever you do. I'm not going to give no secrets. I'm not going to show nothing. I'm not going to show anything. So you can thank the trolls for disrupting the class. And this is why I don't really make videos like that, because I try to give back. I try to say, you know what, let me do a video where I can teach people how to earn a few dollars with no major skills. And it has nothing to do with social media. Just ways to just make money. I'm talking about money that just comes into your account without you having to do anything. And you try to give people some sort of input. They don't even want to hear the input. It's like, people are weird, man. Like, it doesn't make any sense, bro. And this is why successful people stay to themselves. Some try to give back. They get ridiculed. They get hated. And I'm like, listen, you hating me is a waste of time, because I don't care. I'm at peace, you know? I'm at peace. Hold on, let me see something. Give me a minute. I don't know if this thing is good. Give me a minute, guys. Okay. I gotta go to Best Buy and look at this particular speaker system I want to buy. It's a party speaker from Sony. I want to get it. Let me see. You messed up when you put Trump glazing stuff on this channel. It's like flies to cows. You want me to go wear my MAGA hat? You saying I messed up? Messed up with what? I'm good. I'm trying to help you. I'm not the one struggling. I'm trying to help you. You worrying about Trump. You worrying about all that goofy stuff. See, this is the problem with society, guys. What's keeping a lot of you broke and down is that you're focused on stuff that's not making you no money. You're focused on stuff that's not helping you. It's not making you money. You're getting yourself riled up over nothing. You're allowing other people's lives to dictate how your life feels. You're going to stay broke that way. While you worrying about Trump, worrying about me, worrying about MAGA, worrying about this, you're broke. You're not growing. That's not cool. You might think you're a part of some team. Whatever team you're a part of is called the broke team. That team is not making money. So being hateful, being racist, all of those things, it don't pay bills. You can't monetize hate. When are you going to use your skills to make something of your life? It doesn't make any sense. You worrying about me wearing a MAGA hat? You worrying about Trump? I'm going to go back to making all my political videos. I'm going to go right back. I'm trying to impart wisdom. You don't even want to hear that. This doesn't make no sense. This is what I'm telling you about society don't want to grow. I feel sorry for the youth today because they're unskilled. They're unskilled. They don't have no skills, no survival skills, no trades, nothing. You know? They don't know how to earn. They don't know how to make money. It doesn't make any sense. Somebody says anybody who spends money on a Trump hat is a loser. I wouldn't spend money on Kamala hat. You don't even have money to spend. So I don't even understand what you're talking about. You're broke. You don't have money to spend because you're not paying attention on how to learn how to earn money. The video is supposed to be about why the educational system is not teaching our youth how to earn money. I was trying to get into a lot of information to hopefully teach the youth how to earn, but I'm not going to teach a class when it's filled with class clowns. And then I'm giving out all this free information, free game on how to earn money. Nah, I'd rather you just stay there and suffer. You don't need no information. I'm full of information, full of wisdom. And I'm going to give it to you for free. And you're disrespecting me? Nah, you bugging out. You got to be out of your mind. Most people keep that for their family and their kids. Matter of fact, in most families, you have like communities where they teach their children how to be successful. They ain't giving you nothing, you know? So, hey, you can laugh, you can mock, you can say whatever you want. I'm good to go. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you to understand the life, the world. You don't want to listen. Instead, you want to be drama-filled, hateful. I guess that's the way of the world, man. Guess I need to get back to my political videos later on. Put back on my MAGA hat and go talk more about what's going on in politics. Seems to be the audience that resonates with my content. When you try to give people information, they don't want to hear it. So I'm going to go talk to the viewers that actually want to hear. So to all the people that subscribed to my Charlie Kirk content, those of you that support MAGA, those of you that are Trump supporters, those of you that want to see America great again, we're going to get back to that content. I'm going to go feed those viewers because those are the viewers who support my platform, the ones who claim they rock with me. When I try to give back, when I try to teach on different topics and open up blind eyes about the realities, nobody wants to hear that. But when I talk about political topics, I get hundreds of thousands of views. Who's really viewing and who's supporting me? Make it make sense now. When I do my political topics, hundreds of thousands of views I get. When I try to talk to the youth and talk to adults about topics that affect the community, I don't get the support. Instead, I get people cracking jokes and being dumb. So I'm gonna go talk to the viewers that wanna hear me. All right, I'll talk to them. Since you don't wanna earn money, you don't wanna learn nothing, you just wanna stay at the bottom, then hey, cool. This is why when it comes to having friends, I don't want friends. And technically, I don't wanna be around anybody that's not making money. If you're not making money, I don't wanna be around you. If you're not talking about money, stay away from me. I'm only hanging around people that make money. People that are go-getters, people that are bosses, people that have ambition, people that got something going on with themselves. I do not want to be around people that think low, because that's poison. It'll rub off on you. It's a cancer. You know? So, hey, I had some ideas. I had some things I wanted to share. I had some opportunities that could have helped a lot of people, but I'm not going to share it, and I'm never going to share it. I made up my mind that it's a waste of time. I'll teach that to my children so they could be successful. You don't want to be successful. I'll teach that to my kids. I think that's why they don't teach you these things in school. Because when they try to teach you, you don't really want to learn. So it's not for you. You're supposed to be the one that work. You're supposed to be the one that go to that job and work, and stay there forever. I tried to help you. You didn't want the help. That's crazy, guys. When you have answers and solutions to give people to empower them, and they don't even want to hear what you got to say. That's crazy. That's crazy. Man, I want to hear anybody that's talking about money. What? How to make money? Oh, I'm all ears. Oh, that's all I had to do? So let me get this straight. If I go to this website, do this, do that, I can earn money. Yeah. So all I got to do is this, and I'm automatically earning money. Yeah. That easy? It's not about that easy. You just don't know. How many times you're going to tell me you work in tech? I don't care. I don't care what you do. Why are you watching me? If you're so technical, why are you watching me? It says a lot about you. If you're so technical, why are you here? Obviously, you are all cap. Because if you were really about that life, you would not be watching me. Right? You're talking about you don't have to make thousands of videos for a living. I think I'm doing pretty good. Right? Pretty good. So while you talking in the live chat, right? You're watching me. You're watching me. I'm not here comparing myself with you. That's called competitive jealousy. You're here telling me you're in tech like you're doing something great. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care. I'm trying to talk to the youth to get them ready so they could be your competition. You know what you don't want? You don't want the competition. See, this troll disrupted the content, and I was trying to give the youth some information on how they can earn some money, or at least get started so they could do what they need to do. And for whatever reason, that person is upset. They don't want you guys to really know nothing. It's a lot of people like that. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to win. And if I was to teach anything, I'm gonna have to create some sort of website, some sort of paywall where only real people who are about that life can actually participate. Because I've realized giving people real solid information for free is a waste of time. It's a capitalistic society. You're gonna pay for the information I got. You're gonna pay for it because I'm tired of trying to help people for free. And when I do it for free, it's like they look at me like I'm crazy. So it's like almost like you got to put a price tag on everything in order for people to listen to you. You try to give it to them for free, they think it's a joke. Y'all don't understand what I'm talking about. I wanted to show you guys practical ways to earn. I see people talking about how much they're struggling, they this, they that. Do you know how many opportunities is out here right now? Opportunities to earn, opportunities to do this, different skills, different things you need to know. People don't want to know anything. People just want to sit around all day and play games and just do all type of goofy stuff and just wasting their life away rather than hanging around people that are the go-getters. Imagine hanging around a bunch of people that don't want to do nothing with their life. That's miserable, bro. I can't do that. I can't hang around people that ain't talking about money. If I'm hanging around you and you ain't focusing on making no money, I can't be around you. Because I need the motivation, the knowledge, and the drive of other go-getters to sharpen what I'm doing. And likewise, me to them. So when I'm around them, they should never see me speaking doubt. They should never see me speaking lack. They should always hear me talking about growing, business, money-making opportunities. That's all I want to hear. I want to immerse myself in the culture of earning money. And if I ain't hearing that language, I'm turning it off. That's the only thing I want to hear. Success. Success stories, that's it. I don't want to hear nothing else. You know? So, it is what it is, guys. I got to go to Home Depot. Not Home Depot. What's that damn store I just said? Best Buy. I got to go to Best Buy and pick up this particular speaker and get that because I got to do what I got to do. I got my setup right here, some lights that I have here charging. And I'm going to put them things up. You see how the grass is, right? You see that? Told you, man, I'm not playing, man. You see that? Okay. That here is what success look like. When you're able to grow, when you're able to understand that color, that's the only color I'm interested in, guys. That's the color. That's it. I'm not interested in nothing else. I don't see black, I don't see white, I see green. That's it. That's the only color I'm interested in. A lot of y'all be into all that racist stuff. Y'all be into all of that, oh, the white man, white supremacy. I don't care about none of that. I'm concerned with green. Green. That's the color of the day. Where the money at? Let's talk business, opportunities, success, health, wealth, fitness, family. That's it. See, when you come outside and you look at the trees are green. You look at the grass is supposed to be green. There's a reason why. It's to remind you that you got to earn and you got to grow. You got to earn and you got to grow. God has a sense of humor. You go into the woods, you see the trees, they're green. Now, of course, in the fall, all the leaves come down, the trees go into dormant, they get brown. It is what it is. I get it. But when it's the season of growth, you got to grow, you got to prosper. A lot of people don't want to prosper, at least in the Black community, they don't want to prosper, you know, for the most part, you know. A lot of black folk don't like to prosper. They believe being poor is a sign of righteousness. They're closer to God when they're poor. It's nothing good about being poor. It's nothing good about that. It's very painful. It's very painful to be able to go to a store and you can't buy what you desire. You know, you said I talk too much, but you watch me too much. Think about that. You sound crazy. Anybody that's watching me and talking crap about me, you're crazy. You're crazy. Social media and content is about you talking. You said I talk too much? Okay, let me do this. Maybe this will help you. You guys are still there? Y'all didn't want me to talk, so, I figure I'll just do my own thing. All right? So, you come on over here, and you can stay in here. I'm gonna go live my life, since nobody want to hear me talk. You stay there. I'll go and live my life, and yeah, you figure it out, right? I'm gonna go just live my life and let you just watch it. That's all. I mean, nobody want to hear me talk. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me see if these people are still here. I figure I'll leave the live running. Maybe they'll go find something to do. Let's see. They still here? Why are they still here? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, they still here. I figured they would have left already. Well, let me get back to my life because nobody don't want to hear me speak any sort of truth. So I'll just go live my life. And y'all stay there. Figure it out. Y'all still here? I ain't leave yet. It doesn't make any sense, man. These folks should have been gone already. I mean, I'm wasting my time talking. Nobody don't want no information. Figure, hey, let me go outside and have some fun and do what I do. But for some reason, they still here. I don't get it. Like, why they still watching? Why y'all still watching for? Nobody want to hear what I gotta say. I'm a nut job, remember? I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yet, people still tuning in. Why? I don't know what I'm doing. But people stay watching. There's something wrong with society where they stay watching all day. No matter what I do. They don't want to make no